Hello there, welcome to today's video. We're going to be watching Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode 2. I'm excited to see what will happen. We had a lot of stuff go on, and so it'll be interesting to just continue following. Obviously, it's been a little bit since I've seen Game of Thrones, so I'm ready to get back into it. I'm sorry for the delay, but here we are, and let's get into it. Real quick, though, I hope we get to see Arya. We didn't see Arya last episode, so I would really like to see Arya in this episode. Here we go. Whoop, whoop.
You can't kill it, you know.
Why not?
Because the Raven is you.
Interesting. Who was that kid or that guy in there? You can't kill it because the Raven is him. Well, I mean, you can kill yourself, but I guess you can't kill yourself in your own dream. I don't know. It's interesting. The Raven is him. Huh. Very interesting. I'm not really sure. I'm sure these dreams have a deeper meaning of sorts or something, but I couldn't tell you what those are. Maybe we'll learn as time goes on.
We need to move. We don't know who might be after us.
No one even knows we're alive.
Who told you that? Three-eyed Raven tell you?
No?
Some could hear him. I don't know what other people know and what they don't. I only know the wall is a long way off.
He's got a point, though. I'm not sure if other people know he's alive or not. So, I don't know. She seems overly stressed. Something about his dreams that just really get her going. I don't know. I would like to hear more about the dream and someone explain to me about the dreams. I don't know, because they've been happening ever since he had that injury where he fell off the wall. I don't know. Three-eyed Raven. There's got to be some deeper meaning behind that, but maybe I'm not meant to know what that is yet. I don't know. We will continue onward.
And put the castle to the torch. And Bran and Rickon have not been found. Now, they may have escaped. Or Theon may have taken them back to the Iron Islands as hostages.
Have you received any demands?
No.
Have you heard anything from Theon at all?
Speaking of Theon. But yeah, I mean, I would be led to believe that they were dead. I don't know. They have no way of knowing, really. I guess they didn't get the word that Theon thought he killed them. So it sounds like they just learned about the massacre of Winterfell and all that. So I don't know. It's interesting. We didn't get to see them very long, the King of the North and his mom. And so that guy that Theon killed, that's her father? Because I had no idea that was a relation between the two of them. But that's what she said, so didn't know that. Whoops.
Who are you? What do you want?
I want to do this.
Do you know how long it's going to take us to get...
Ow. Ow. Man, they're really hopping through scenes today. Usually they give a little more time for each one. I mean, I don't necessarily mind it. I just got to make sure I keep up. You know, you see one person and then all of a sudden you're on to the next one. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they have a lot to cover this episode.
Looks like you're safe enough, though. Meaning no offence, milady, but I wouldn't tangle with you. 7 blessings to you.
And you.
He knows who I am.
It doesn't.
Maybe you're right. What if you're not? What if you tell someone?
We're not doing it. He's an innocent man.
More innocent than Lady Stark's daughters.
Well, I'm glad she wasn't willing to kill him. The Kingslayer has a good point, though. He could tell someone if he knows who he is. So, I don't know. I mean, it definitely, the more people they meet, the more danger they're in. Do we really have to go to King Joffrey, though? I don't really want to see King Joffrey. I don't really want to hear from him. Or his mother. Or the Lannisters. Unless it's the Imp. I'd like to see the Imp. The rest of them, not really. But regardless, we'll continue to watch anyways.
I only meant that to go out of your way to endanger yourself.
Becoming one of the most boring conversations I've ever had.
Okay, that's funny. Boring conversation with your mother. Oh, man. That's funny. I like when two characters you dislike spar. I don't win, but neither do they, so.
Lady Sansa,
Dolores.
my sister Marjorie invites you to take the air with her and our grandmother, the Lady Olenna, in the gardens. May I escort you to them? I believe you grow more beautiful every day, Lady Sansa.
You were too kind, Dolores.
Interesting. Wonder what they want to do with her. I mean, his sister already took the throne from her, which, I mean, maybe is a relief in some ways, but I don't know what Sansa's plan is. I mean, it sounds like she wants to escape with Peter Baelish, but who knows if that's going to end well for her. So, I don't know why you'd be reminiscing, though, with these people. I don't know. It just seems kind of bizarre, but okay.
Has 2 sons and Renly has an older brother. How can he possibly have any claim to that ugly iron chair? We should have stayed well out of all this, if you ask me. But once the cow's been milked, there's no squirting the cream back up her udder, so here we are to see things through. What do you say to that, Sansa?
That's pretty funny. There's a lot of truth to that, too. I might have to start using that phrase. Once the cream... She's a cream, though. Once the milk's out of the udders, you can't squirt it back up into it. Or whatever she said. I don't know. That's funny. It's funny. And why would you want to, either? If you're talking about milk. Anyways.
Has this boy mistreated you? Has he ripped out your tongue?
King Joffrey, his grace is very fair and handsome and as brave as a lion.
Yes, all Lannisters are lions. And when a Tyrell farts, it smells like a rose. But how kind is he? How clever? Has he a good heart, a gentle hand?
I'm to be his wife. I only want to know what that means.
Man, I don't know if she should tell them the truth, but also she's just too scared to tell the truth, it seems like. I don't know what the play would be. I mean, I understand why they're asking, but I don't know what I would do in her situation. I don't know. Like, I mean, she doesn't really know these other people, so why would she give that information freely? Plus, if it gets back that she was talking crap about him, I mean, she could get in trouble, so I don't know.
Bring me some cheese.
The cheese will be served after the cakes, my lady.
The cheese will be served when I want it served, and I want it served now.
I like it. I like her. Bring me the cheese. No, I like it. Interesting. Interesting character.
Are you frightened?
Joffrey. Joffrey did that. He promised he would be merciful and he cut my father's head off. And he said that was mercy. And he took me up on the walls and made me look at it.
Go on.
I can't. I never meant. My father was a traitor. My brother as well. I have traitor's blood. Please don't make me say any more.
She's terrified, Grandmother. Just look at her.
Yeah. You already said enough to get you in trouble, so you might as well just tell them the rest now. Man, but even that alone is terrible. King Joffrey is a terrible person. I still can't believe that. Like, he made her go look at her dead father and stare at him. That's pretty cruel.
He's a monster.
Oh. That's a pity.
Please don't stop the wedding.
Have no fear.
I don't know what they're going to do with that information. It's good to know the truth, but I don't know them. I can't really say I trust them. Definitely don't trust the girl, the grandmother maybe, but just because somebody's old doesn't mean they're trustworthy, though. So I think that might be the first time we met that character, so I just don't know enough about her to feel any type of way about her. Other than she likes her cheese, and she gets her cheese when she wants it, which, good for her.
May I speak my mind, Your Grace?
Have you not been speaking your mind, Lord Karsark?
I think you lost this war the day you married her.
Whoa. His coughing is whimpering.
Which boy?
Jon Snow. When my husband brought that baby home from the war, I couldn't bear to look at him. So I prayed to the gods. Take him away. Make him die. He got the pox. And I knew I was the worst woman who ever lived. A murderer. I'd condemned this poor, innocent child to a horrible death. All because I was jealous of his mother. A woman he didn't even know.
Wow, like, I know I'm pausing in the middle of this, but there's music playing, so I won't be able to leave all that in there. I'll try and leave as much as I can, but my goodness. It's interesting because at first I was like, wow, she cared about Jon Snow, and then she told the full story, and I'm like, holy cow, why would she pray that, ask for his death? But then she reversed it in her mind, by doing whatever ritual thing she's doing. It looks a lot like what do you call those? You call it dream makers. It looks a lot like a dream maker. She didn't specifically say that's what it was, but that's what it looks like to me. Yeah. And let's just back up a little bit still. Why did the King of the North marry this girl? Like, the other guy talking to him saying that he thinks he lost the war when he married her. It could be true. I mean, he betrayed the trust of the guy at the bridge, and that whole group of people there. So I don't know. He definitely wasn't thinking about anyone but himself, really. So this is a interesting story. It makes me more intrigued by Miss Stark. I don't know. I've been kind of hard on her in the past, but maybe I should ease up a little bit. But yeah, I mean, praying for a baby to die, that's pretty brutal. I understand he's a bastard and all that, but it's still it's not the baby's fault. I don't know. Interesting.
And I couldn't keep my promise. And everything that's happened since then. All this horror that's come to my family. It's all because I couldn't love a motherless child.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to know because I've never obviously been in that position. I don't have any kids. My wife doesn't have any kids. So it's interesting. I mean, though it's one thing, like, I understand loving, like, a child that's, you know, got no mother and stuff, like, you know, adopting, or, like, if you marry someone that had children ahead of time before you got married, you know that going into it. I do give her some credit, though, with lack of empathy for Jon Snow, when the fact is, you know, her husband cheated on her, and that was the results, you know. So, like, but yeah, shouldn't be making promises that you can't keep. But I mean, her own son can't do that either. Maybe he gets it from his mother, making promises that he's not going to end up keeping. So I don't know. Here we are with Jon Snow. I still want to see Arya, though. That's what I'm here for. I want to see Arya and her group of friends, but I guess we'll take Jon Snow for now.
Orell. Where were you this time?
The Fist of the First Men.
I've never heard of a warg. That's interesting. Can scout. So was he in the bird's head, I'd assume, by the way it looked like? Seeing what was up ahead? Interesting. Very interesting. I cannot roll the eyes in the back of my head. They were kind of glossy, too.
Stop. You'll die.
Of course, if you don't stop, you'll probably die too.
You don't care.
Of course we care.
You left me. When the White Walkers came, you left me.
Aye, we left you. You're fat and you're slow. We didn't want to die.
They get him up. Looks like that piggy is done for.
Let's get him up.
Slowing us down.
Just get him up.
Why? So the rest of us can die. We'll move faster without him.
What is this? Get up, Charlie. Is he all right?
I think so. If he can't, we may as well just go without
That's
him.
enough. Charlie, I forbid you to die. Do you hear me?
Why should the rest of us go without him?
Russ, you're responsible for him.
What am I supposed to do?
Make sure...
Why is he calling him Charlie? Because it's... I don't know why he's calling him Charlie. But, I mean, I get why he's upset that his friends left him to die, but in a moment like that, I mean, everybody's scared. You know, you're just trying to save yourself, get out of there. It's not like they told him he couldn't come run with them. They just were faster, and he fell, and they kept going. Like, you know, if I saw a bunch of dead things walking towards me, I'd be running too. I don't know if I'd be overly concerned if I was there, you know, with different friends and stuff. I don't know if I would be like, oh, let me stop and help you when all these dead creatures that are coming after us. Like, I don't know. It's just, you're in so much fear. You're just gonna, you know, it's a fight or flight moment. But when there's so many of them, you can't really fight. I don't know. But yeah, Charlie. Who's Charlie? I guess Sam's Charlie? Am I supposed to have known that? Everybody else calls him Sam.
Not another step, boy. Unless you want to drown in your own blood.
I'm unarmed.
That was poor planning.
My sister carries the weapon.
I'm better with them. Drop the spear.
Who are these people? Huh. The funny thing is that young Stark boy, that, like, this is the guy from his dream. So, interesting. Very interesting. Huh. Wonder who they are.
I'm Jojen Reed. This is my sister, Mira. We've come a long way to find you, Brandon. And we have much farther to go.
I'm just trying to understand.
Okay. Interesting. Interesting. They've come a long way to find Brandon. I wonder what they want with him. Huh. I mean, the lady was saying that his dreams were like black magic, so maybe there's something to do with that. I don't know. Interesting.
Would you please shut up about it?
Jack and Hagar offered you 3 kills.
Hey, look who it is. It's Arya. Awesome. Arya. Very cool. Let's see what they're up to.
I'm not listening.
What's left?
You go on down the road. Just keep on singing so we know where you are. Leave us be, and I won't kill you.
Generous. You're a dangerous person. I like dangerous people.
Who is this guy? Meeting all kinds of characters this season. That arrow though. That man. Good thing she moved her head. That could have been the end of Arya.
Here's the thing, fat boy. When I'm done talking, that arrow's falling down on your fat head. So I advise you move, because I'm done talking.
Okay. Alright. I don't know who the Brotherhood is. I don't know who all these people are. Somebody help me. Who are these people? I don't know. I still don't understand which side they fight for. They don't want the countryside burned, so there's that. Wow. I don't know if you can trust them, but you don't really have much choice. You're outnumbered. Can't run. The guy with the arrows would just kill you.
Half the country's starving, and look at this one.
Maybe it's the reason half the country's starving.
Fat jokes. Fat jokes. Oh, man. Now we're on to the imp. See what little Lannister is up to.
Sansa will have many suitors. A great beauty with a very old name.
Great beauty. Oh, a great beauty.
Yes, she is. Objectively, very. Her face is quite pleasing to other men and to women, people in general. But not to me, of course. I only have eyes for you.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Good luck digging your way out of that one. You're digging yourself into a hole, my friend. Nope. Nope. That's not a conversation you want to be having with your girl. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what they could do to protect Sansa, so I don't know. Sansa's kind of in and over her head, but she's been in over her head since she got there to King's Landing, so.
You pervert. You want her? This child.
I don't even want to talk about her.
But you are.
Only because you're making me.
Bedside of a traitor.
Is that a place for a lady?
Your Grace, I tried to do my duty as a wife. That is all.
What was your duty to this traitor as you saw it?
The duty of any wife to any husband, to provide him with children.
You failed to do this. Why?
I would not speak ill of the dead, Your Grace.
You think one ought to speak kindly of a traitor merely because he's had a sword put through his...
Oh boy. Oh boy. King Joffrey showing his evil side again. My goodness, what a terrible little child. Do not like King Joffrey one little bit. Oh man, what a terrible, terrible, terrible person. Evil. Just awful. Blah.
Except one evening, after he'd had far too much wine to drink, he suggested something. Something that sounded very painful and couldn't possibly result in children. Maybe the fault was with me, maybe...
No. He was a known degenerate.
It's such a relief to hear you say so, Your Grace.
I've considered making his perversion punishable by death.
As is your right. You must do whatever you need to do.
Bolt goes here. And then you just aim. And...
Would you take me hunting sometime?
Oh boy. Oh boy. A lot to unpack here. Some things I'm not going to touch. So, the asking to take her hunting is interesting. It's also very interesting because I feel like she is acting. I mean, obviously they're all acting, but I feel like she's disingenuous when it comes to her interactions with King Joffrey, which could make sense. You know, I don't feel like she's necessarily a bad actress. I just feel like she is acting amongst King Joffrey. I don't know. It's hard to put into words, but like I feel like her character that she is portraying is acting. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying she's a bad actress. It's just interesting. It's just interesting. She's like hiding her real self.
I imagine it must be so exciting to squeeze your finger here and watch something die over there.
Could you do it? Could you kill something?
I don't know, Your Grace. Do you think I could?
Yes.
Would you like to watch me?
Yes.
Stop! Tell us the truth.
Okay, that was... I wasn't expecting that scream. Oh my goodness. He wants to watch her kill something. I don't even know if he cares if it's an animal or not. In fact, more knowing him, he probably would rather be a person. So, interesting. Very interesting.
The sister sent me. Yara.
I'll come for you tonight when the castle sleeps.
Oh, no, don't go. Please, please, no, please don't leave me. Please, please. Please, please don't go, please. Don't leave me.
Huh. Interesting. It's an interesting torture device. Seems to work well. At least on him, anyways. Huh. His sister sent him. Well, I mean, I guess good. I don't know. She already tried to convince him to leave Winterfell, and he refused, so... I don't know what he expected to happen.
To your brothers.
Oh, come on. She can do better than that. What was she like? She's had more training. She knows what to do. Why'd she let go so easily? I highly doubt this man drinking a bunch of cider and beer. I highly doubt he is that much better than her. I mean, obviously he's larger. Like, I get it. She's a child. He's an adult. But I don't know. I felt like she could have held her own a little bit better. I have more faith in her maybe than I should. But,
He's an uncommonly large person. How does one manage to subdue such an uncommonly large person?
One waits for him to drink until he passes out.
Poor man. You have my sympathy. Aha! Not a man at all. A hound! So good to see you again, Clegane.
Thoros. The fuck you doing here?
Drinking and talking too much, same as ever. A pretty prize, lads.
Girl. What in seven hells are you doing with the Stark bitch?
oh snap. Oh snap. Why'd he give her up so easily? I thought he was cool with Sansa. Man. I'm glad the Hound's not dead, though. Good to see the dog. I like that guy. Except that he just gave up Arya, so that wasn't very nice, but... Huh. Maybe he thought he already knew who Arya was. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. But I'm glad to see he's still around. That's good. I like that actor.
Still screwing. There's still...
Oh, snap. At least he's still got his shackles on. That should help her some. Man, she let her guard down. She was too worried about who would see them on the bridge. All right, here we go. Battle time. So, why doesn't she injure him? I know why she won't kill him, but she should at least injure him. That would make him easier to fight. I don't know. Whew. Let's see what happens. I can't play any of this because of the music, but man, this is a pretty cool fight. Not a lot going on, but some good sword work. I like it. I enjoy me some fighting.
Looks like your woman's getting the better of you. If you can call that a woman.
Oh, we enjoy a good fight. Gets our juices flowing. Flayed man of House Bolton. Bit gruesome for my taste.
You sorry, Sir One?
That's him, all right. I saw him fight at the tourney for Sir Willem Frey's wedding.
Give the man his silver.
They should have killed the guy. Wow, turning in the Kingslayer. Wow. Well, it's interesting also, she's got much more stamina than he does. I know he's tied up and he's probably malnourished too, so there's that as well. But man, she's got some good stamina for fighting. That's pretty impressive.
Let us go. My father will pay you whatever you want.
Enough to buy me a new head? If the king in the north hears I had the Kingslayer and let him go, he'll be taking it right off. I'd rather he takes yours.
Well, Very interesting. Very interesting. I'm going to gather my thoughts, and then I'll let you know what I thought. Well, there you have it. Another episode of Game of Thrones. I did really enjoy it. I noticed a couple things that I'm going to mention. Not so much from the show itself, but kind of my reaction or lack thereof. So we'll talk about it. First thing of note, the young boy, Reed, is his last name. Interesting how he deals with animals, obviously as a warg. But why is Brandon a warg? You know, like I find that intriguing that he's a warg. I wonder how, because like it doesn't feel like any of the Starks have any kind of special powers. I mean, obviously the dragons coming back is really helping with all of that, but I mean, did he have these dreams before the fall? Did the fall have something to do with it? Did the gods bless him due to his lack of being able to walk? There's just a lot of questions that come with that. Very interesting to see how that will develop and how he'll be able to help the fellow Starks with that ability. Also, if you notice, my nose is a little dirty. I'm sorry. I was cleaning some guns, and I guess I didn't clean up well enough. Anyways, back to the matter at hand. So something that I saw and noticed, and you probably saw and noticed watching this. So an arrow almost takes off Arya's head, and I just stare. Like, no reaction, no nothing. I was kind of thinking about it because at first I'm like, you know, like I want this to be real, right? I don't want to necessarily overemphasize things and like I want to be real with you guys. You know how some reactors, I mean, you've seen it, I've seen it, we've all seen it, where it's just, holy cow, like, you know, the reaction is insane. There's a level of reaction which is good, which sometimes I lack, right? But then there's also over the top, and I don't want to be over the top. I want to be real, but I don't know why. Sometimes I don't have any real reactions in the moment. This is what I wrote down. I don't have any real reaction in the moment. I think partly it's because I'm taking the show very seriously, and I'm really trying to hear the different names, the different character development. I'm really trying to take it all in and pick up on everything, and so I'm so focused in on what is happening and what had just happened, and so sometimes I don't seem to have much of a reaction at all, which I feel is kind of a shame, but there's a lot of you all that still watch my videos when I post them, and hopefully you still enjoy it. I'd like to get your feedback on that. I've done some acting in the past, so I can act, you know, and be like, oh my goodness, you know, but I don't want to be obnoxious about it. This is my honest reaction. Like, this is how I'm reacting. Sometimes, though, my reaction is more internal than external, and nobody's really complained. I mean, Gus and I have talked about it a little bit, where my some of my episodes are kind of boring, and it's just because I have no real reaction, so it's something that I've noticed, and you know, rewatching when I edit my videos, sometimes I'm like, oh well, I really didn't. There really wasn't much to see, you know. Like I put the stuff in because it's important stuff in the show, but there's no real reaction. So I mean, there's other things too. Like sometimes my emotions are different, and if you really do some digging, you can understand what I'm talking about. I won't go into that right now, though. But I just wanted your feedback. Are these still enjoyable even when I'm not top tier reacting? Like I said, I don't want to be over the top, but sometimes, like, for example, Arya's head getting almost cut off. I love the character Arya. I don't want anything bad to happen to her. I was kind of surprised rewatching it that I had no reaction, but I think I was stuck on trying to figure out who these new people were, and I don't know, I just had nothing to say or do or anything. It was just a blank stare. So I just wanted your take on all that. Like I said, I don't want to over dramatize things, but there are times where internally I have a reaction to what's going on, and sometimes I just don't make that. It doesn't show. I'm not always the most expressionist type person. Sometimes I have, you know, good expressions. Other times it's just kind of just nothing. So I just, the reason I want to point it out is because even myself, looking at myself react or lack thereof, I noticed it, and so I figured you all would notice it too. So I just wanted to open up the door to discuss if you have any feedback on that. Like I said, I've done acting before, so I can act, but I do try to be real with you all. But moments like that, and the reason I bring up the arrow with Arya, like internally I was like, oh crap, but I didn't say it. So like moments like that, it wouldn't have been out of line for me to be like, holy cow, because that's how I was feeling. I just didn't make that very clear. But regardless, let me know if you're still enjoying these videos. I'm still enjoying making them. We've been cleaning the house a lot lately, so I've been trying to keep up with that. And sometimes my energy levels just aren't great. I'm trying to diet and stuff, and it's just, I don't know, there's just a lot going on. And I really want to make this work, make this YouTube channel work. I realize, I can't grow if I'm not ever posting. So, the only way that we could make this be, something big, down the road would be if I'm consistent and if I post. But then it's kind of like a give and take, because there's that aspect of it. But at the same time, I have to focus on work because I have to make a living, because I need the money to pay like the mortgage and electric bills. Like, the gist of living. Living expenses, food, cat food, you have to, like, I can't, like, all I'm saying is I can't just like leave my job for YouTube. As fun as that would be, just to become a full-time YouTuber, even without any ad sponsors or anything, like that would be awesome if I was rich. So like if I win the lottery, maybe we can talk about that. But that's why I'm, not as consistent as I'd like to be. Like, again, you'll notice there won't be a video this Saturday unless I get it done editing during the week, which is possible, but unlikely, given past, how I usually am. So I don't know. I just want to throw that out there. But regardless, I enjoyed today's episode. Even if it didn't show that I enjoyed it, I did have a good time with it. It was a good episode. Solid episode. Solid show overall. Obviously, I had some things to say about it that were kind of negative, and I don't love every aspect of it, but I think overall it's still a really good show. High quality, the acting is really great, and I am enjoying it. So yeah, we'll continue on with this, and hopefully I'll see you next week with another episode. I've got another reenactment coming up in August that I'm going to go to, but aside from that, I should be able to continue to post at least the 2 videos a week like I've been doing in the past. I do want to post more for you all. It's just challenging. So, but yeah, hope you enjoyed today's episode, and hopefully I'll see you next week. And please leave any feedback, any comments you have for me, good or bad. I want to hear it. Just let me know what your thoughts are. Appreciate it. Bye.
Thank you.